These are the best settings for Counter-Strike 2, and I'll go over gear settings, video settings, even keyboard and mouse settings. So let's start off with the gear that I'm using. First of all, for the monitor, I'm using the Zoe XL 2566X Plus, and I am using the 400Hz version at the moment. They also have a 600Hz one, but it's a bit overkill for me. I think that 400Hz is already amazing. It's a big upgrade when comparing to 144, which is what I was using before. There's not much to say here. The monitor has amazing technology thanks to Diac 2, and it's the monitor that pretty much all Counter-Strike pros use, so that tells you everything that you need to know. I'll go over my settings later in the video. And for the chair, I am using the DX Racer Martian, which is an electric chair, and that basically means you can adjust everything to a micro level, from the backrest to the arms rest and even the height. On top of that, the airbag lumbar support is just amazing, since you can basically adjust the depth of the entire upper and lower lumbar support. And of course, this is great for my back, and the exact same thing goes for the backrest, because as you can see in the video, it is so easily adjustable with just one side button. When I'm playing Counter-Strike, I like to have it at around a 90-degree angle. I just find it easier to aim that way, and it's so effortless to adjust it. The same thing goes for the armrests. As you can see in the video, they are 4D, which basically means that they can be adjusted up and down as much as you want, as well as back and forth, and of course from left to right, so you can have them exactly as you want. And also, because it is an electric chair, it comes with a battery, which I wasn't sure of because I thought it would be a lot of work to have to charge it all the time, but I was positively surprised, seeing I've been using it for months without having to charge it once. So yeah, it lasts a long time, and overall the fact that it's so customizable is the best thing for me. I can micro adjust everything until it's perfect, as I am very picky about always playing CS in the exact same position that I like. Oh, and also it comes with a magnetic pillow that's just very comfortable, and overall it just feels premium. The entire chair is very comfortable and feels very premium, so shout out to the DX Racer for sending me this one. Low-key the best gaming chair I have ever used, and if you want to check it out, there is a link in the description. And now we're going over to the mouse, and here I use the EC2DW, and I know there's other mice options, but I tried pretty much all of them, almost all of the most popular ones, and I honestly really like Zoe mices, and this one is great for my grip. For the mousepad, I am also using one from Zoe. It is the GSR SC Rouge, which this one is very personal though, so you might prefer a different one. And for the keyboard, I use the Wooting 60AG, which lets you adjust actuation point of the keys, as well as add rapid trigger, which is a game changer. I'll show you my settings later. When it comes to the video settings, first of all, the resolution. Most CS2 pros still use 4:3 1280 by 960, which you consider the best, but native has been getting more adoption, but still nowhere near. I personally use 4:3 1440 by 1080, which is basically a mix of both native and the regular 4:3. I think it's much better because the game looks so much better than the regular 4:3, and you still get the wider models. You should also use full screen, because it is basically said that it reduces input latency when compared to full screen window, even though there's been a few updates recently that I think changes a little bit, and for me it is just better since my resolution gets very blurry if I use full screen window. And brightness, this one is really up to you, but then we're going over to the advanced video settings. And first of all, boost player contrast is a must use. It helps with visibility. Just turn it on. VSync, this one has to be off, no discussion. You really don't want this on. NVIDIA reflex low latency is basically to help with input lag. I have had it on enabled plus boost, but nowadays every pro is using it on enable, so I just keep it that way. Now for the anti-aliasing, many suggest 2x, but I personally prefer 4x because it improves visibility a lot. You get a little bit less FPS though. For global shadow quality, you can decrease this all the way up to low to gain FPS. I have it on high though because my PC is very high tier, so I just prefer it this way. It doesn't give too much of an advantage. For dynamic shadows, it must be on all. This is a non-negotiable setting. It is a big disadvantage if you don't see all shadows. For the models, you can get this all the way down to low. I like it on high though, but this is just personal. If you go on low, you get more FPS. For the texture filtering mode, many tend to use bilinear because you gain quite a lot of FPS, but I personally hate it. I have to max it so I don't see everything pixelated, but you can try it out and see what works best for you. The lower it is, the more FPS you will get, and for shader detail and particle detail can both be set on low for more FPS as well. I personally use the particle one on max though, but this is just personal preference once again. For the ambient occlusion, this one is good on medium, you don't really need to max it, and for the last two I just use quality and highest quality for better visibility, because the FPS difference isn't really that big anyway from my tests, so yeah. And now for the monitor settings, this one will only work on Zoe monitors because it's basically what I use, but for these what I basically did is copied Monaz's settings, which is just my favorite one. I tried like 10 different pros and Monaz's are amazing. The only thing that I changed was color vibrance to 12 and the gamma, which I'm using gamma free. Everything else is the same as his. For the keyboard settings, I have WASD and control to 0.3 actuation point and 0.15 rapid trigger, which helps a lot with counter strafing. It is a game changer. You can pull it down a little bit more, but for me it is a bit too much. I like it at 0.3 actuation point, and I have shift to 2 and G to 4 when it comes to the actuation point, because that way I don't accidentally drop a weapon, and the rest I have it all on 3, but those aren't as important. Now when it comes to sensitivity, this one is completely personal. Do not copy any pro player sensitivities, just get in game and try different ones until you find one that you like. I play on very low sensitivity personally. I use 1600 dpi with 0.3 in-game sensitivity, and when it comes down to crosshair and the view model, this one is also extremely personal. I like green crosshairs with an outline, but again, just get into a workshop map that lets you try different ones and you're good to go. The same thing for the view model, just try it, find one you like instead of copying donks, and you're good to go. And these are basically all the settings and gear that I use, so let me know down in the comments if you guys would change anything, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.